Does your helmet smell of cheese? Then you need Cheese Away for all your cheesy helmet needs. Oh, hi guys. Yes, I didn't upload anything last week because I was with my child in Butlins. I only went down there for a day. The family took my daughter and a few other guys and girls went down, and I went up on the Wednesday down in Bognor Regis. I've never been down there before, on the Sussex coast, and it was lovely, really nice. Shingle beach. I do like a stone beach. I'm not into sand beaches because that shit gets everywhere. And yeah, my daughter loved it. She had a great time, you know. But can I just say, do you remember when you was a kid and you used to go Butlins? You know, it's effectively a place for people who let's just say on sort of middle incomes, you know, sort of working class families. It's never been a high end sort of place, you know, which is fine. We need that, you know, and I'm all for that. But for a 3-bedroom chalet for 4 nights, okay, arriving Monday, leaving Friday, how much do you reckon? All self catering, £900. I was like, when did it become so expensive? £900 for 4 nights. Self catering. So that just pays for your room. But I mean, the rides are free, which is great. But to be honest, it's not really, you know, it's not about me. It's nothing to do with me. It's all my daughter loved it. She had a great time. She loves going on the rides. I took her on the Dodgems. That was great. I haven't been on Dodgems for about 35 years. And we went on the rope swings and she went on the trampolines. She had a great time. But she was so sort of you know, hyper excited because her cousin was there, who's a year younger than her. It was just going mental. I've never seen her go so mad. Just like hyperactive, and then up and down mood swings. I thought, bloody hell, I'm glad I'm only here for 1 day. Oh, it was crazy, but she had a great time, and that is all that matters, you know. That's all that matters. It's all about the kids. So yeah, the ride down there was lovely. Some really stunning homes and landscape, you know. I think it's called the South Downs or the North Downs, along that sort of way. And I believe Paul McCartney has a home down in Sussex. I'm not too sure, and I can totally understand why. It's a beautiful place, lovely sort of, you know, dense forest. You ride through those and the sunlight coming through the trees. It's what it's all about. I really loved it. So I went in the morning and just I arrived about I left my home at 5 o'clock. I was there at 7 o'clock, and so I wanted to spend the whole day down there, and it was bloody marvellous. So what else has been happening? Oh yes, I went camping with a couple of the guys that I usually go camping with. There's a couple of pictures up on Instagram if you want to have a cheeky look. Please do. Billy Four Rocks at Instagram.com. Is that the right way? Or Billy Four Rocks /Instagram. But yes, it was really nice. We did another 2-night stay, and the weather was fantastic for 1 day. It was horrendous the next, but we still had a laugh. We don't go down there to get a suntan, you know. So we went into, I took the guys down to a place that I used to go to loads a few years back, called Cullen's Yard down in Dover. And because back in the day I used to I'd get up in the, this is like pre-children, I'd get up in the morning about sort of 9 o'clock, get dressed, I'll have a shower, get dressed, and I would ride down to Dover, which is 70 miles each way. I'd ride down there, have breakfast, and then just ride back. It's all about the riding, just an excuse to get on the bike. Not that you need an excuse. But yeah, it's a good laugh. It's a really good laugh, and it's a completely different vibe with you know, I was riding with 3 other guys. One of them's got a VFR 750, I think it is. The other guy's got a CBR 650, and the other guy's also got a CBR 600, like the earlier model. And yeah, we just had a great time. No bullshit, just laughter, just laughing and just banter. Really nice. And all of Dover, I don't know if you've been down there recently, it's all been completely rejuvenated. It's got a brand new pier, new docks for the smaller boats, and yeah, really nice. Had a great time, and I'm actually going to go back there on the what is it, 17th. So I'll be back down there on the 17th with a couple of guys, and just for one night though. It's all part of a sort of Father's Day little thing for me. See, that's the thing with Father's Day and Mother's Day and all that sort of stuff. It's all about, you know, because you're spending time with your kid pretty much 24/7, and it's just nice to have a break sometimes from that, just to have peace and quiet, even if it's just for one day out of a whole year. So yeah, we came back from that on Saturday, and then I was back to work on the Sunday, back to the old grindstone. Actually, if you do want to check out my YouTube channel, if you go to the sort of home page, my YouTube page, there is a link in the banner at the top if you want to check it out. I did have a Twitter once, but oh my god, and I had a Facebook page for this channel as well, but I got rid of Twitter and Facebook because they're just a breeding ground for just absolute morons. Just like, regardless of what you do, someone will just criticize it and say, no, you're doing it wrong, blah blah blah, why did you do it? And it's just exhausting, and I don't need that sort of I know it sounds a bit hippie-ish, but I don't need that negativity. It doesn't do anything for me, and it's quite toxic. So I just deleted the Facebook channel, and I deleted the Twitter, and I didn't leave a reason why. I just did it, and I feel better for doing it. I love Instagram, as long as you sort of steer. It's always the comments that kind of drag it down, but yeah, I just love looking at the bikes, and I love uploading pictures. I try to do pictures that, you know, I put effort into putting pictures up on there. I try and make them look as good as possible, because I work in photography. That's what I do for a living, and I've been doing it for 20 years. I've got quite a good idea of what makes a good picture, you know, the kind of rule of thirds thing, that although that's quite old-fashioned, it does still apply. I mean, there's a little trick for you. If you want to make your pictures look a little bit more you know, structured and more appealing to your eye, if you Google rule of thirds photography, it's a really simple thing, and it will change the way you take a photograph. It's a really cool little trick, so check that out for all your photography needs. Well, I thought that was my mate then. He's got that. Oh, that's a GSX, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, my mate's bike, he's got the I think it's a 2017 CBR 650, and he's got an underslung Akrapovic exhaust, you know, those ones that are tucked right underneath the bike. It looks incredible, it really does look nice, and it sounds amazing. It's loud, it's pretty loud, but it's a beautiful bike. I love, you know what I love about this bike with these engine guards, is doing this with your leg. You could just put it on cruise control, put your both legs up. Ah, this is just lovely, this is. But I haven't got cruise control on at the moment, and I never do on roads like this. But to be able to stretch your legs out and then rest them, oh, what a difference that makes. You're not limited to one position for your whole sort of journey. And these are actually new trousers. I bought a pair of these are like work trousers, and they're made by a company called FXD. And the reason I bought them is because I saw Mark from Biker Bits. He always wears a pair of green and black ones, which I love, and I bought a pair of those, and they fitted so well and they're so comfy. I bought a pair of these sort of khaki looking ones. The problem is I washed them after I went camping, and I put them in the washing machine this morning, and they're still a little bit wet, so I may have a soggy gusset, but that's fine. Keeps the old meat and 2 veg nice and cool. Time to do a bit of cheeky filtering. Ooh, those are the wing mirrors you've got to look out for, the ones on the vans. And I always look out, if there's a car sized space ahead of me, I always think, right, some car is going to pull into that quick, so I've got to be on red alert. Like that's a perfect space there for an accident waiting to happen. I never go too fast when I'm filtering, because the fact that I'm moving faster than these cars at all is a win in my books, and I'm happy with that. I try not to take any unnecessary risks. I don't go above what I'm capable of doing. I'll certainly try and get cocky with it. Thanks, mate. And I have a little cheeky glance in the mirror, see if there's anything coming up behind me. Like the moped riders go super quick through here. They pull their mirrors up and they just blast through here like 25-30 miles an hour, which I'm not going to do. So I always pull over for those guys. They're faster than me, I don't mind admitting that. You know, there's a reason I haven't had an accident in 25 years of riding. It's because I don't ride like an absolute pillock. And when I get to about here, that's when I just go with the flow, because it bottlenecks at the top there. It goes from 3 lanes into 2 and it gets pretty tight, so that is how I do it. That's a pretty average day for me. So how many cars did I get ahead of there? 100, something like that. And I always try and keep close up to the car. When it's moving at this speed, I try and keep as close to this car in front as possible, because if you leave a gap, someone will take it and you'll have to slam on your brakes, call them an absolute fucking ball bag head. Like this guy's indicating, so he slammed on his brakes. Because this right lane is always faster than the left lane. Because you see there, all the lorries and stuff are trying to filter in. So it goes down from 3 lanes to 2 lanes, and the right lane's always faster. And if you're stuck in the left lane and you're just crawling along and you see us moving by quick, they're going to get peed off and try and sneak in. Billy's tip of the day. Billy's tip of the day. Oh, you don't want that cigarette butt? Oh, okay. Let's chuck it on the floor then. Someone else will clean it up for you, mate, no problem. Got the cigarette butt fairies. They come along. Now the problem, although this lane is a little bit faster, when I exit this tunnel I have to exit on the left hand side, so I have to find a spot. Actually, I think I'll take this one now. Oh, I forgot to tell you, before I went away to Bognor Regis, I found another screw in the tyre, but this time it was letting the air out, so I was losing about 4 or 5 psi every day. And you really notice it when you're riding. It just feels sluggish and, you know, slow turning. So I got the old mushroom plugs out and I did the job. I did it the night before, so if there's any issues I would have found out about it in the morning before I went. And it did the trick, and it's still holding the pressure. I love that. I cannot speak highly enough of those tyre plugs, and I don't know why everybody doesn't use them. They're absolutely brilliant. And the fact it comes, I mean, they've never let me down. They've never ever let me down. And I'm due for a set of new tyres, probably in about another 500 miles or so. I'm going to try and get the same ones I've got now, which are, I think they're called Michelin Anakes, or Anakes, A-N-N-A-K-E. I'll leave the what it's actually called here. But they're just indestructible. They go on for miles and miles and miles, and they've been plugged. So yeah, absolutely, thoroughly recommend these tyres. That's the thing, whenever you get something that surpasses all your expectations, you tend to stick with it, because why would you change? Yeah, I saw you, buddy. I hate it when cars do that. They just keep, instead of stopping, they just keep moving really slowly. Let's see if this car does it. No, he just stopped. Great, fantastic, thanks very much. Ah, bus lane riding. I love it. Ooh. So I actually did a video the other day of the Sealmate fork seal cleaner, because I noticed my forks were just grimy as anything. So I did the whole video, lovely, you know, nice bit of camera work, nice lighting, blah blah blah. Was there any sound? No. Did I plug in the mic? No. Am I a moron? Yes. I was pissed off. Well, not pissed off, but it's very, very annoying when you go to the effort of, you know, taking off the fork surrounds and all that sort of stuff. And so now there's no point in doing that video again for a while, because the forks are spotlessly clean. I'll put some footage up off here if I've got any left. But yeah, so annoying. But it's a really, I mean, I don't know if you heard of it or not, the Sealmate fork seal cleaner. It's just a thin little plastic with a sort of curved hook on the end, and you take your dust seal covers off and you run this on the inside of the fork seal, and it just picks out all the grit and dust. And apparently, if you do have a leaky fork, 9 times out of 10, it's not the filter that's at fault, it's just it's full of muck and it's letting all the fork oil out. So if you do have a slightly leaky fork, I would definitely recommend getting a Sealmate. I think they're only about £2 or £3. It's just a very thin bit of plastic. Give that a go, and you might save yourself some money. Another Billy's tip of the week. Billy's tip of the week. Tip of the week. Gaping crevasse in the road. Billy's red hot tip. Billy's red hot tip. Billy's red hot tip for all your motorcycle needs. Does your helmet smell of cheese? Then you need Cheese Away for all your cheesy helmet needs. Ah, now there's a shop here, look. World of Hat. Now, I'm not a grammar Nazi or anything like that, but if a shop was called World of Hat, that means it only has one hat in stock, and when it sells that hat, the shop has to close down because it'll have no more hats left, unless it only sells one hat at a time. World of Hat. What I need to call that shop is World of Hats. Sorry, it's very pedantic, I know. Cheesy helmet. Oh, do you suffer from shaft problems? Okay, while we're waiting for this light to go green, let's have a bit of number plate game action. So what we got here, VBP. Violent bum penetration. Look at this guy running the red light. Yeah, you go for it, mate. Thanks, mate. That's a nice Mercedes. Look at that. Is that, what's that called, an SLR or an SLX? AMG? I don't know. That is hot. And they look lovely in silver as well. That is really, really nice. Let's see the name of it, see if I can catch the name of that. GTS. Oh, I was completely wrong. Ooh, breakfast bagel burger. I could get one of those right down my Chevy Chase face. Gregory Peck neck. Want to get a sarnie down my Gregory. Right up the Gregors. Get a sarnie down your Gregory so it can come out of your Gary later. Gary Glitter. Yeah, we won't go into that. Gary Glitter, shitter. Oh, naughty taxi driver. Look at that. What a beautiful day today. What's it saying? 23 degrees. Perfect riding weather. And also, oddly enough, it's perfect sausage egg McMuffin weather. It's the police. Hello, officer. Okay. She's kind of got like a sort of dominatrix kind of theme going on there. I like it. Good for her. Right, guys, I love you. Thank you again for listening to me waffle on insane nonsense. Have a lovely day. Speak to you all very soon. Bye bye.